You've probably heard of Nessie, or the Loch Ness Monster out of Scotland. But what you don't know is that California has its own giant lake monster, and it's called... That's right. Dating back to the 19th century, Lake Tahoe has had its own famous cryptid, called Tessie, named after its similarities to Loch Ness's Nessie. The first report of Tessie dates back to 1865, where San Francisco resident I.C. Goggins claimed to have seen a giant serpent-like creature in Lake Tahoe that was roughly 600 feet long. That's the size of a cruise ship, or roughly 2 football fields. One notable sighting of Tessie involves local TV station owner Mike Conway, who in 1980 claimed to see a large humped creature in the water during a commercial shoot at Zephyr Cove. Additionally, in 2005, Mickey Daniels, a longtime fisherman and sheriff of Lake Tahoe, reported seeing a large V-shaped wave cut through the waters of the lake and was adamant it was not caused by any boat or fish. Scientists and skeptics have offered giant sturgeons as possible culprits for the Tessie sightings, as well as various objects such as the usual logs or large debris. In recent years, Tessie has become more of a positive mascot for anti-littering campaigns and a minor league hockey team, which is co-owned by Tim Tebow. Wait a second. Tim Tebow?
The overtime. The Broncos have been in 3 overtime games this year. They won them all. Got him. Got him at the 40. It's Thomas at the 50. Stifford got him free to the 30, to the 20.
But if these past sightings don't convince you of Tessie's presence, maybe this clip from the TikTok channel Mysteries of the Deep will.
Down there, and I found in the past jellyfish and shrimp, and that was pretty cool. But then I started hearing echolocation.
You can definitely hear that. I mean, there's no question.
Pretty clearly, that's echolocation, and that's when I started thinking, holy crap, there's something big down there that's hunting.
Lake Tahoe has also been known for its interesting ability to preserve bodies. An alarming discovery was made in 2011 when the preserved body of scuba diver Donald Christopher Windecker was recovered 17 years after he had been reported missing. This has led to many question if there are any additional bodies at the bottom of Lake Tahoe. Some have even suggested there could be hundreds to thousands of bodies at the bottom of the lake, from the Vegas Mafia dumping the bodies of mob hits into the lake. This is more considered a rumor started from a famous scene from the second Godfather movie, but doesn't mean it's impossible. Maybe Tessie hasn't had such a bad life with a constant food supply courtesy of the mob themselves. Editorial. What's up, guys? It is Sunday morning in Reno, Nevada. Just got my rental car. It's looking beautiful. You can see some snow packed on the mountains. We're going to be heading that way soon on our trip to Lake Tahoe. And then over here, you can see the Twin Peaks, you know. Gotta get your morning rocks off on some playoff football Sunday. I do love that you come to a Nevada airport. First time I've ever came to one, by the way, and the first thing you see out of the terminal is just slot machines. That's pretty sick. It's pretty Nevada coded. But probably gonna get some grub right now. Got a long journey ahead, so yeah, gonna try to find some food here because it's about a 40+ minute drive to Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is the second deepest lake in all of the US. So, if you think about it, is it really that crazy if a giant creature is occupying this lake? So the last area we were at was Kings Beach State Park, or Kings Beach State Beach, whatever you want to call it. That site is the area where a lot of Tessie sightings have actually happened. So much so, there actually used to be a Tessie museum there. However, I don't think it's around anymore. I couldn't find it on Google Maps or MapQuest, but yeah, pretty crazy, because even though it looked really nice and really pretty, apparently a lot of people see Tessie there. So another thing you guys might be thinking is, well, you're going in January, surely like you're not going to see Tessie or whatever, like the lake's probably frozen. As I showed you in the video, not only is the lake not frozen, the lake is so deep that it can't freeze. With that being said, whatever's lying at the bottom of the lake won't freeze either. Alright, so we're here at Cave Rock State Park. Cave Rock State Park gets its namesake from, as you can see, the giant rock formation. It is also known for being a relatively pretty popular destination to come around and do recreational activities. Got some people out there in boats. Other people will come along the shoreline here and do some fishing. But back to Cave Rock. It is believed that the creature living in Lake Tahoe, known as Tessie, may actually have its lair located underneath Cave Rock, as some believe there's actually an underwater cave or cove that is nestled below the Cave Rock itself. Now, Cave Rock itself actually has a pretty interesting reputation, regardless of its association with Tessie, because of the fact of an urban legend of how the Washoe Indians used to throw their deceased off the top of Cave Rock because it was considered a sacred place. The U.S. Forest Service even mentions the belief that the Washoe natives used to meet on Cave Rock to meet with powerful water spirits known as the water babies to seek advice, as the water babies were powerful creatures that could kill or induce sickness onto those near the lake. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself, as we'll be discussing water babies very soon, maybe even in the next video. Guys, this is crazy. I'm literally like maybe 10-15 minutes from Lake Tahoe, and like look at the change of landscape just in like a 10-15 minute drive. Like we're like in the desert now. Like it's like just straight up, like this is like what you think of when you think of Nevada. I just thought it was cool to show you guys because the contrast. Alright guys, so we're here at Cave Rock Lookout. This is the lookout above the state park that I filmed earlier. As you can see, it's completely dark and there's like no one else around here at all. Yeah, we're a little far away from the lake, but because I have my goggles, they zoom in really far, so I'm gonna see if I can get a shot of the lake. If not, we'll probably just wrap it up here and then head on to somewhere else. So this is the night vision mode. As you guys can see, this is the ice on the ground. Some trees right here. So just based on my initial observations, it does seem like we're gonna have to get close to the water because we're too high up that it's not going to pick up good on the video camera. But just to give you guys a little scope of the area, maybe we'll pick up something cool here, like some type of eye shine or something. It's like as I told you guys earlier, Cave Rock itself is actually supposed to have some pretty interesting stuff going on. It looks like so far all it is just trees. I'm actually gonna end the video. Alright, so now I just got it set to the normal setting, like you guys can see before. Bunch of snow, a lot of snow. It's really icy. I would walk to the point, but I don't think it's safe because, as you can see, there's not really any rails or anything, and I'm not super familiar with this area, and I think that would probably be the end of me if I do that. But we'll step here a little longer. I'm gonna see if I hear any types of large splashes in the water. That's one thing I think would be kind of beneficial, because seeing as it's nighttime, we're probably not going to be able to see stuff as easily during the day, but like large splashing in the water maybe would be a pretty good indicator of something in the water, I believe. Alright guys, it took forever, but I finally found a place that had access to the water. One cool thing really quick to note is that you can actually see the snow or ice touching the sand. Pretty cool. Don't get to see that too often in many environments, but I'm gonna chill here for a little, see what I can see. See, this is the water of the lake. You can tell it's the water because there's reflections of buildings from across Lake Tahoe. So far, nothing unusual. I'm not sure if being by a big residential area would actually play a factor in the prevalence of seeing Tessie or not, but could be something to look back on. I'm gonna do some thermal vision just to see if we pick up anything. Some children screaming somewhere in the background. Doesn't appear like there's anything in the water, you know, because if Tessie is in fact like this giant dinosaur lizard-like water creature and not just a fish, I'm pretty sure it would appear on a thermal. I'm not sure, but we don't really know what it is. Okay, so we do have something in the water. It's coming up on the thermal camera, so it's most likely an organism. I'm not really sure what that is though. It's pretty strange.